3 and 4.
These are the first submarines we've built for 10 years, and a lot of the skills had been lost. We had a spell where there was no apprentices coming through, and we've had to start it all up again. And if you didn't have apprentices, you'd be struggling in the future. This is a big employer of the town, and we need this to keep going.
Good.
All right, yeah. Sorted. Yeah, Erin did well. She looks at it, she did well. Nice and neat, so good job.
They opened it and there's loads of terminals, and I thought, looks complicated, but once you read the drawing and understood it, it was pretty easy.
While the teams continue to finish the inside, a very special process is beginning on the outside. The surface of the boat is covered with around 40,000 rubber tiles, designed to make the boat almost invisible. The rubber absorbs and then breaks up enemy sonar waves, stopping the signal returning and giving the Astute's position away. This rubber blanket also gives added sound insulation, making the submarine even quieter. Each submarine will spend around 5 years inside the Devonshire Dock Hall before being removed and lowered into the dock outside by a massive ship lift, capable of handling vessels weighing more than 16,000 tons. Once in the wet dock, the submarine can be fine-tuned and finished. The weapons storage department, or torpedo room, is where weapons are loaded, stored and fired from. The Astute is armed with spearfish torpedoes that have a range of over 65 kilometres and weigh 2 tons each, and Tomahawk cruise missiles able to accurately hit targets more than 1,000 kilometres inland. However, as an attack submarine, the Astute is not built to carry the controversial Trident missile system. Today, the crew are engaging in a wargame exercise to test that all the equipment is talking to each other correctly.
The plan today is to run 3 scenarios. These scenarios will test all aspects of the system, both physically and the crew as well. It will test them as well.
Okay, listen up guys, it's your brief, your task. You've been allocated a patrol area in the Norwegian Sea with an assigned role of surveillance and intelligence gathering. You are to patrol the area and attempt to covertly trail any deploying submarines which you detect and classify. You are to maintain a fire control solution at all times whilst in the trail. If you detect the Delta IV preparing for a weapon firing, you are to conduct a simulated spearfish engagement, including water shots to ensure counter detection. You have 2 hours and 30 minutes to save the world.
Weapon sit rep.
What's dangerous submarine contact?
The control room up here is where we prepare the fire control solution for firing a weapon, and then down below in the weapon stowage compartment or the bomb shop, that's where we actually fire the weapons from. It's simply simulating the submarine actually being used for what it's intended.
Classified Oscar.
Stand by, spearfish attack. Take track 35 as target. Classified Oscar from 2 tube.
Stand by,
Valid active contact.
3 target. Classified.
Valid active contact. Weapon 2.
Officers Northwest 1 report. Stand by. Bring tensions. Conduct the attack on this contact. Everybody stand reports.
The command system uses its various algorithms to work out where we think the target's going to be, and then once we've got a good fire control solution on the target, then we'll try and fire a weapon at it.
Valid active contact, bearing 146, range 10,700 yards.
That is the target. Continue the attack.
Roger, continue the attack.
Starboard fire, track 35. Starboard fire, track 35. Camera stable, bearing 146, range 9,000 yards.
Weaponist and weapon mode.
It's gone very well. I think the crew were very impressed, and certainly our team were very impressed. We've all worked very hard. It's been a very long day, and I think we've all got something out of this.
With the command deck fully operational, the last major engineering feat to overcome is also the most difficult. The submarine's nuclear reactor will need to be switched on. Safety is the first priority, and the people of Barrow need to be prepared for the unlikely event of a nuclear accident.
It's the first time in 10 years since we've last operated a nuclear reactor. There are plans that have been put in place with us by the civil authorities that we've signed up to. there's a lot of eyes watching how we do our business here. There's a lot of auditing done on a very regular basis. So yes, we are watched and very open in what we do here.
Doesn't bother me. It's just part of the town and part of me growing up. If there's an emergency, they would sound that buzzer, and if you hear that buzzer going, then you know there's something wrong. Well, the shipyards send out leaflets, what to do in an emergency, innocuous-looking packet of tablets. These tablets are there to protect your thyroid, but we've never had a nuclear emergency in all those years, so why worry? I think what people worry about round here is where the next shilling's coming from to buy the tea, like.
For a town that's been building nuclear submarines for 50 years, testing the warning systems is just a routine event and doesn't interrupt everyday life.
Usually I'm wearing big blue overalls, nice and baggy, but you can't have a carnival without all the sparkles, and this is obviously a lot sparklier and a lot more colourful. It's nice to be able to come out of work and just have like a totally different life. You have to have a different personality to be able to like get on with the guys, but it's good to come and have a little break from it. I don't miss out on any of the girly stuff because I see these like twice a week. What do you think about me working in the yard? I think it's cool. Why is it cool?
Because you can fix my plugs.
That's all I'm good for, is to fix your plugs.
Side, land at your discretion, 23, the wind, 180, 4 knots.
Roger that.
As the summer turns into the autumn, Boat 1 is nearing the end of its testing phase and closer to having its reactor switched on. So it's now coming under close scrutiny by the man charged with ensuring the vessel is safe and ready to be delivered to the Royal Navy.
It's all kind of coming together. Right, thank you, Martin.
We're going to test everything, cooking her curry and lasagna. We're going to serve it to an admiral in about an hour's time.
Aft first.
I've been on 2 different types of submarines before, and this is the biggest galliot I've ever been on. It's absolutely massive.
The Admiral has come to hear firsthand how close they are to switching the nuclear reactor on and taking the submarine to sea.
Who's in? Hello, hello. How do you do?
Coxswain, Deputy Sir.
Hello, Coxswain. How do you do?
Generally, if just a normal working environment, it's not bad at all. Like it's not so hot that you can't work in it.
Where are we having lunch? In here?
In here, sir.
Excellent, good.
Him having a bit of dinner is just sort of a bit of a bonus for him, really, you know.
I'm keen to hear what it's like at grassroots level.
The main priority is just to make sure everything works and we can actually work in here.
Which other defects have emerged that give you a sense that we're going to have a tricky month ahead of us? I'm in charge of purchasing submarines for the Ministry of Defence, and it's my job to make sure that the purchasing operation is well-founded and that the programmes that we're hearing for the company are sensible and real, and we're getting value for money out of them. And wrestling the boat from the dock, that sounds like a negative thing, but wrestling the boat out of the hands of the dockyard that have loved it is what we do.
After his inspection and discussions with the crew, Admiral Lister needs to take his findings to the managers of the shipyard.
We have meetings with Admiral Lister at least once a fortnight. We'd originally hoped to be ready to go to sea late summer. We're a little bit later than that now. We've had no fundamental issues, but we have had some minor teething problems and difficulties. Nothing major, but a few obstacles that we've had to overcome.
The meeting will last late into the night.
Obviously we're interested in your reflections on the visit on the boat that you've just done, and then I wouldn't mind just quickly going through the agenda for tomorrow just to make sure that we've got that up and done. Yeah.
Right, in terms of technical progress, where you've handed over compartments, they're impressive. The wardroom and the junior eights are very good indeed. People who fitted them out should be congratulated. Overall, though, for it, I'd have expected you to make more progress in handover. And my quiz to Alan and Paul, as they showed me round, was why haven't you moved on forward more than this?
and they were telling me that they've been clearing defects like nobody's business.
Yeah, the word defects is something that we've debated. In the construction industry, I think they use the word snagging. I know in the US they use the word unsound